Alright, so welcome back, guys. Once your first time here, I'm Vision here, Brandon Tempe as in our video. Today we're giving you guys a video regarding why we are always receiving Mighty Morphin Power Rangers when it comes to any movie, reboot series, or anything regarding Power Rangers overall instead of some of the other seasons. Now, if Power Rangers something you're interested in, don't forget to hit subscribe button down below, hit that bell icon, there's more Power Rangers content from me. Moving forward, now let's begin. This is a topic that's been brought up over years in regards to the Power Rangers franchise, whether it be when the 2017 movie came out, when it becomes about this new reboot series coming to Disney Plus, when it comes to the comics. Everybody always complains, even the toys, why are we always getting MMPR / Mighty Morphin Power Rangers content or toys? Now, the pure and simple reason for this is the fact that MMPR is the face of the franchise. Look, we all know that there are, 30 different seasons or, 30 years of Power Rangers content out there that they could draw inspiration from. Yes, we all know that. However, compared to other franchises like DC and Marvel, the other seasons of PR are not as familiar with the fan base or outside of the fan base. For the most part, when people think of Power Rangers, they think of MMPR, the original 1993 Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show. So that's why you get MMPR. It's because it's what the general audience is familiar with. And when it comes to anything regarding Power Rangers or any franchise for that matter, you sell what the main population or general audience outside of the fan base is familiar with. We all love seasons like Time Force, MMPR, In Space, but if you put out a figure for RPM on the lines next to, say, a Tommy figure from MMPR, 9 out of 10 times, your general, person walking down the store aisle looking to buy something for their kid or add to their collection or something, they're going to pick up, the MMPR figure because it's what is on the face of the brand. You always have something that's the face of the brand. And for Power Rangers, it's MMPR. I know for us, the fans, we get sick and tired of MMPR, but it is what is the face of the brand. And unfortunately, whether you like MMPR, whether you don't, whether you're tired of it, why you want them to move on, we will always be stuck with it because they're not going to move away from it. It's what the general audience and general public are familiar with, and they're not just going to go and do that somewhere and pull out a different season to promote. Look, could it work? Sure. But a company isn't going to risk money on a season or something that they're not sure about. History has shown that MMPR sells, so they're going to stick with MMPR. And that's where PR is unfortunately stuck. Because, only, die-hard or fans of the franchise are going to, pick up a Time Force figure or a In Space comic book. We're not gonna, we are always gonna support it pretty much no matter what they hand out for the most part. But your general public will not because they are not familiar with that. Could they, maybe start promoting the other seasons to get fans familiar? Yes, but it takes a lot of time and energy to do that when you already have the face of the brand. Again, MMPR is the face of the brand, so it's easier to market that way. If you want to take a season like In Space or RPM and try to market the franchise that way, it's going to be a lot harder and you have to put more time and money into it because the general public is not familiar with it. So, that's why for the most part, we don't get anything outside of that. Yes, in the comics, we will get like the Psycho Ranger story or the Soul of the Dragon, which is kind of delves into SPD or the one with Time Force, the graphic novel we got a few years back. You got that. So sometimes they'll do that, but those again are more opt for the main diehard fans that will always support PR. We want different stuff. We always do. But you got, when it comes to Power Rangers, what the company's going to do is promote what is the face of the franchise. They're not going to walk away from that and try to do something different. That's why when you come to Star Wars, a lot of the times you'll do like Darth Vader, Luke, a lot from the original. Yes, the sequel trilogy and the prequels, do get some love, but the original trilogy is what is the face of that franchise. Same thing goes with, Marvel. You got Captain America, Iron Man, all those two characters for the most part, four maybe. They're the two faces of the franchise. So you're gonna sell something that's more in connection to that. Like in doing a Marvel kind of comparison, people are more apt to pick up like an Iron Man or Captain America figure or something like that more than they would be, say, an Ant-Man figure. You always go with what's more of the face of your franchise than, what's not familiar to the general public, which is why we get there and get that for the most part. And why it's really risky to go into general new territory. I do think the new Reboot series is possibly going to head into new territory. However, I did see a recent article that said that is possibly not the case, but I'll get into that in a future video. But for right now, we're pretty much stuck with MMPR, whether it be in comic book form, whether it be in, figure form, all that stuff. We're stuck with it for the most part, and it's like a 99% chance we're always going to be stuck with it. And, it does suck, but, it's what we have to put up with if we want to keep the franchise alive. Because, without, fans outside of the fan base, we don't get far. Look, also, it helps draw in new fans. Like I said, it might be the face of the franchise, but also helps pull in new fans of the franchise. You get those general people in, and then maybe they'll go and check out Time Force or Lost Galaxy or Dino Thunder. We always have that possibility, and that's why MMPR is used, because it's the face of the franchise. People recognize it more for the general public, so that's why they use it the most. But we might be able to fix that in the future, depending on what Hasbro does. I've come out with some recent news that I also put in a future video regarding some changes Hasbro has made. So, there might be some shakeups coming soon regarding some news I've seen recently, which I will cover in 2 different videos coming up. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what they could do there. But for the most part, at the moment, we are stuck with MMPR, unfortunately. And it's just something we're going to have to put up with if we want to see the franchise continue for, say, another 10, 20, 30 years. But yeah, those are just my thoughts, opinions. Let me know your thoughts, opinions. I'm assuming a lot of you probably get frustrated. Give me kind of your ideas. How could they fix this? Would you want them to fix this? Do you think this is a bad idea? Do you think it's a necessary evil or give and take in order to make Power Rangers successful? Give me all that information in the comment section down below. So yeah, guys, those are my thoughts, opinions regarding why MMPR is what we get mainly regarding Power Rangers in regards to toys, comics, and TV. As always, if you like this video, don't forget a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon to see more Power Rangers content from me moving forward. And go for me on Twitter, which I linked in the section of my YouTube channel. As always, I'm Vision here by Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.